Okay.
Let me just check the stream, make sure. I think I fixed the audio. For me and my friend Anthony's show.
Did you watch it back and
to
confirm it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
hold on, I'm gonna mute myself real quick, and then I'm just going
Did
to.
we already start?
Well, yes, we did. So I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna mute myself, and then you just
gosh.
talk. You just
Yeah.
you just talk, and I'm gonna see how you sound. So give me a second.
Yikes. I am here, or we're here, I should say, for another show here tonight, talking about the world of professional wrestling. Starting off in 2026, well, the second week of 2026. Going into the third week, technically, now. Starting tomorrow.
You sound perfect. All right, your audio sounds good.
Okay.
All right, just making sure. Just wanted to make sure there weren't any problems because last week your audio did sound very low. So whenever I fixed it, I had to heighten your audio, and everything was fine. It's just on the YouTube side, it just sounded low. So what I did was I just turned up the gain.
How the fuck did I get rid of this disco ball? I just now noticed it. It looks stupid.
I was wondering what that thing was about.
I have no idea why is that there.
I don't know. Maybe you're into disco. I don't know.
That is stupid. I hate this score so much.
Like I said, I cannot wait to get the fuck off here and move over to StreamYard. I tested it out last week, StreamYard, and it's like heaven. It's heaven compared to this. But anywho, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some wrestling. So welcome to the experience, people. I am Drew, and with me here, as always,
Justin from Spinebuster Tees and spinebustertees.com.
And hello to everyone in the Discord chat as well as the YouTube chat. We're live on YouTube, and we hope you enjoy this experience just like we love experiencing this show through you. But yeah, we're here to talk about some stuff, preferably this list I found, which I don't know if anyone remembers from last year. Justin actually brought this list to my ears. It was the South Korean Wrestling Awards, and it was probably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. For me, it was probably the best thing for obvious reasons. And you can kind of tell where their bread is buttered, so to speak, or if there is any bread to butter on their end. This year, the new list came out. Justin doesn't know about it, so I have the privilege of reading Justin the nominees and the winners. So that's gonna
be good.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be good shit. But
yeah, we'll see.
But we're gonna start off by just talking about the easy stuff, which first and foremost, we added a new feature. Well, not really a feature. I guess a new point of discussion on the show, which is Wrestler of the Week. Justin, do you have a Wrestler of the Week?
I do. If I know you, I think I know where you're kind of leaning for your Wrestler of the Week. So my Wrestler of the Week is Bron Breakker. They did a follow-up, a great angle on Monday night with him coming out there killing Dragon Lee with a spear. And, Adam Pearce came out there because Adam Pearce can't control his own show, but we already know that. And basically, not like he got physical with Adam Pearce, but like he didn't hurt him. Basically so he's like, what are you gonna do? Just going full Scott Steiner, 2000 on Adam Pearce. So now Bron Breakker's now suspended in quotations up until maybe Royal Rumble. That's my assumption. They're going to drag this story out that Adam Pearce put his hands on Bron Breakker first, which he did. And they're going to drag this out for the next couple weeks for that. And, this gives Bron Breakker a new wrinkle in his character. He's even more intense than what he already was, and I like it. I like the angle, and we need more angles like that in WWE. That's some of the things that my criticisms from last year in 2025 is angles like this, world building backstage. More things away from the ring, and this wasn't away from the ring per se, but this felt like an old school wrestling angle, where you get an authority figure out there, and you have a wrestler that's like unhinged, and you gotta get people to separate, a little commentary, like things like that work. But yeah, with that being said, Bron Breakker is my wrestler of the week.
I have the same one as you. Mr. Bron Breakker is
Wow.
is also my wrestler of the week. Seeing that kind of Bron Breakker is what reminds me of. Yep, that's Scotty's nephew. That's Rick's son, especially that is Scotty's nephew. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's good to see angles like that, where you see more stuff away from the ring, to kind of set up future storylines, future matches, blah blah blah, and also character development. So yeah, whenever Braun is more intense, that's when he's at his best. Whenever he tries to ham it up too much, that's when I'm kind of turned off a little bit. So I like this kind of Braun. I need to see more of this Braun and less of what I've been seeing lately, which isn't bad, but it's just like I like my Steiners to be full of rage and wanting to kill people. So I thought that was great. So you and me both have the same wrestler of the week.
I'm very surprised. I thought you were gonna go with Drew McIntyre.
I mean, I'm happy for Drew. I'm not happy how he won, but I'm happy for Drew. But
You're not happy how he won. Why?
I guess we'll segue. Well, then it makes sense how he won because he's a heel. It's just the ending of the match was very convoluted. But anywho, that's a good segue. We can segue into SmackDown. So SmackDown was this past Friday. It was in Germany. So if you had a VPN, Surfshark, whatever, you were able to watch it, live. If you switched it to Canada or UK, you could have watched it at 1 p.m. Central Time, or you could have just waited till 7 p.m. and avoided spoilers on the internet like most people try to do. But I wanted to watch it live in living color. The main event, which was actually commercial free, so the last 30 minutes was commercial free, and that was the main event, which was Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes in a 3 Stages of Hell match for the WWE title. And I think everyone assumed going in Drew had no chance of winning this match. It was just going to be...
I wouldn't say that. I think there was there was people out there that kind of gave him a slight chance of winning. With me, I'll say this: I'm happy that he won, but if he relinquishes the title, not relinquishes, but lose the title in 2-3 weeks from now, then what was the reason for the title change? You know what I mean? So there's still that caveat out there that he may still lose it back at, Royal Rumble or maybe a little bit after or something like that. But if they keep it on until, doesn't have to be until WrestleMania, at least until Elimination Chamber, I think that's fine. But I just hope it's just not a 2 or 3 week title reign. Then at that point, I'm gonna be like, okay, what was the point of changing titles in the first place? Having Cody lose the title in the first place, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
No, I agree with you, because I'd rather you just give them a title reign. Give them the title reign that means something. Obviously not a year-long title reign, because I don't think that's going to happen. But no. I agree with you. But Cody doesn't need a title at this point. He's already Cody. He's already over. And to be honest, his title reigns weren't exactly all that great. I thought the chase was better. Cody chasing the title is more interesting than Cody as a champion. And let's just kind of go through the match. So 3 Stages of Hell. The first match was a wrestling match, which Drew won by kicking Cody in the balls while the referee wasn't looking and pinning him, or going for a Claymore and pinning him. The second match, I think, was a Falls Count Anywhere or a street fight, and Cody wins by falling onto Drew on a table. And then the third match obviously was a cage match, which we all kind of suspected was going to be the thing. And I thought that was a little better than the previous, than the no holds barred, whatever the hell it was match. A lot of back and forth action. Cody apparently got cut open. Well, I mean, not like massively, but like he I guess he got cut open enough for the referee to put his gloves on and check on him.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Well, obviously you saw it because you mentioned it.
Well, no. What I mentioned was that I said obviously enough for the referee to pull out his gloves. I'm like, wait, where's Cody bleeding? Oh, okay, like it's like little shit.
But where did he? Well, I'm asking, where was he bleeding at?
Somewhere on the side of his head. To be honest, it happened like really quick, and I'm like, is he bleeding? Oh, I guess it's gone. Whatever. Anywho.
Okay.
But the match was kind of, very back and forth. And then you get to the end where Drew's about to escape the cage, and then a masked figure, like they all are, appears, and it's Jacob Fatu, and then Jacob Fatu knocks down Charles Robinson, which I don't know why you need to knock the referee down when it's no holds barred, but sure. Drew tries to escape, and then this is kind of where I was like, not necessarily rolling my eyes, but just kind of going, okay, this is the end of the match. And he beats up Drew, and then Cody tries to pull him off, and then out of anger and I guess passion, Jacob starts beating him up. And then all the while you see Drew crawling towards, the end of the cage, which I'm like, so are they going to pull some bullshit where somebody else comes out and attack Drew? Like, I don't know. But no, Drew falls out of the cage. Like, he escapes the cage, so he ends up becoming the champion, which I was happy. Because I thought Drew had a great 2024. He was my wrestler of the year. He had the best match and the best feud, with CM Punk, the Hell in the Cell match. And I was just kind of thinking, like, surely they should reward Drew. Like, with something. Give him a title reign. Doesn't have to be long. Just give him a title reign. Give him a WWE title reign or a world title reign. But they just kept giving him bullshit. They gave him that nothing feud with Damian Priest. And, yeah, the feud with Cody happened. And I will say it was interesting, at least. Because they at least did things. And, Drew actually got to be a heel. And Cody was more interesting in the feud because he had more fire to him. But to me, I thought the feud maybe dragged out a little too long. And like War Games happened and all that shit, but like it was just like you were gonna have a match, and then a few months later we're gonna have another match, and then a few months later we're gonna have even another match, and it's like, okay, sure, but all in all, this ends with Drew winning, which I'm happy about. As far as the match goes, like, I don't know, like with cage matches, I like it better when they can actually escape over the cage, because I think that would mean something. Whereas escaping through the cage door is kind of weak, in my opinion. And I get it, what Drew, he's the heel, so he's going to find any way to win. But I don't know, I would have liked it better if he escaped over the cage while Jacob is beating Cody's ass. But that's just me. But yeah, Drew's the champion. I do agree with you. Like I mentioned, I kind of hope it's more than just like 2 weeks. Like, make it until Elimination Chamber. I mean, heck, like, fuck it. Give Drew a title reign until Mania. Like, why not? But I don't see that happening. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Do you have any closing thoughts about it?
I mean, I thought it was a very good match overall. Especially with it, being commercial free, that definitely helped as well. You got two, professionals out there, and they gave it their all. You know what I mean? I thought it was very, very good for what it was. On top of all that too, as well, you gotta figure that either Cody or Drew McIntyre was the one that attacked Jacob. So I think I think they may lean it towards Cody. Looks like Cody may turn heel. Yeah, possibly. I think that's a possibility on what they're going to be doing going to WrestleMania. Maybe going into WrestleMania, or even or even at WrestleMania 2 as well. But did you see the news about WrestleMania and the plans for WrestleMania?
I saw a little bit of it, but I guess clarify what was the news.
Well, what'd you think about it?
Well, one of the things I saw was that allegedly Cody's not going to be in the main event, and that they're scrapping the idea for Cody versus Roman, Part 3, which
Right.
I'm happy about that. I don't want to see that match. I figured they would do something like that for... I mean, that makes sense for, like, when they go to Saudi Arabia, at least, because they want a big match. But, like, I don't want to see that match again, at least for the time being. I don't even think Cody needs to be in the main event, so to speak. Who you have him face, maybe like a Randy, maybe a Jacob Fatu. That'd be an interesting match.
If you're selling WrestleMania right now to Las Vegas, in Las Vegas at Legion Stadium, what is your main event? Night 2. What's the main event? That's gonna sell tickets. That's gonna be highly advertised.
Night 2. Like, are you talking about like personal taste, or do you think, or do you mean like what the company?
No. I'm talking about like you can go with personal taste, but I'm saying, what do you think if Cody's not going to be involved, right? Which is a possibility. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but if Cody's not involved in the Night 2 main event, what is your Night 2 main event to close WrestleMania?
Oh, that's tough. I would say. Oh man, because Seth is out. Because Seth is going to miss Mania, so that's kind of.
So the question, what I'm trying to allude to is that it's kind of hard not to have Cody involved.
Right. I would.
You know, like if you can't really think of it, then it's like.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's.
Right. So.
Like to me, it's like to me, I'm like, okay, Cody, Roman. I'm not saying that's the match I want, but what I'm saying, I'm naming names: Cody, Roman, Punk. You know, it gets kind of hazy from there. You know what I mean? Those are the 3 names that I guarantee you one of those 3 names will be in the Night 2 main event.
I mean,
Cody, Roman,
right.
Punk.
I mean, they've been teasing Cody and Punk for the past 2 years, so why not have Cody versus Punk?
So how do you get there with Cody being on SmackDown, right? Like, how do you get there? Him winning the Rumble again?
Not necessarily. You can have him maybe be like one of the final 4, and then he loses, and then he wins the Elimination Chamber. But then that also creates another big question: is that what is Roman gonna do?
But who wins the Rumble then?
I mean, you can have Roman win it. You can have Randy win it. You can have, if they want to go bold, you can have Obafemi win it.
I heard about Obafemi, but too soon.
I mean,
don't do it.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first
Maybe
time.
Next year.
Wouldn't be the first time that they've done something that bold. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be the first time.
You're right. I mean, last year, obviously, right? But the issue is with Obafemi, again, and I keep mentioning this, and it's gonna stay this way until wrestling ends and dies for good. If you give somebody too much too soon, where do they go from there? They can just fall.
Right.
When you have them at the top, right at the beginning, all they can do is go down from there. Don't give anybody too much too soon. You know what I mean? There's only a few circumstances in the history of wrestling where that helped. Brock Lesnar, for one, right? You know what I mean? But even when Brock was at the very top, but like what kept him fresh was him leaving. He left the UFC, came back, was there for a while, left for a little bit, came back. You know what I mean? So, but he wasn't there straight through. You know what I mean? Like even Randy Orton, right, and Kurt Angle and guys like that. Like they didn't stay at the top the entire time. They had to fall a little bit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar in a regular 1-on-1 match. Doesn't have to be for a title.
Right.
I'll put it to you this way: Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar That's a bigger match for Obafemi versus for any title.
Okay, you're
Him versus Brock
you're
is a
right.
bigger match.
You're right. Yeah, you're very right.
Like,
So let me ask you this: what do you do with a Roman?
so this is what we got. So Roman, you can do Roman Punk. You do Roman Punk. That may be a night 2 main event match, and they could do a triple threat match for the W. Or then here's another thing too as well. You can do either Roman Punk, or you can do Roman versus Cody. That's probably end up going to be the match. I don't want to see it, right?
Right.
But that's probably what you'll do with him. Because Roman, you ain't going to do Roman versus, like, Jacob Fatu. You ain't going to do that.
No.
Right? You ain't gonna do... Maybe the only other one, too, as well, that I can think of, it will not be a main event. It will not be a main event. It may be opening contest scheduled for one fall. If they build it right. Roman versus Drew.
Okay.
They put a story together for that.
I wouldn't mind that. Well, because that's kind of a story that never really had an ending, if you think about
Right.
it. Because technically last year that was kind of the talk, is that Drew wanted to take out everybody in the bloodline, and the idea was like, it makes sense to have Drew go after Roman at Mania, but obviously that didn't happen because of Jey Uso. And then they gave Drew Damian Priest for some reason, and yeah. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all, because both guys are at very different points in their lives or careers than they were back at WrestleMania back in 2019, when Roman was getting booed out of the arena, and the guy just came back from leukemia treatment.
Right.
So now Roman's the tribal chief, and Drew McIntyre is he's much more interesting, much more over, much better wrestler. So I think it'd be a fun feud. Drew McIntyre and Roman. I think I would actually dig that a lot more. That'd be a great night 1. And Cody versus Punk could be a night 2, because they've been really teasing that for a while.
If you were to ask me right now, is Punk versus Bron Breakker? You got Oba versus Brock Lesnar. You can do. Let me see. Oba versus Brock Lesnar. Punk versus Bron Breakker. You may be able. So, depending on who attacked Jacob Fatu is really gonna determine things, because it can either be. They can either do. I don't see the triple threat happening at Mania. They can do Jacob. So if I'll put it this way, if Cody attacked Jacob, I think it would maybe Jacob versus Cody non-title match. Then they can do Drew versus Roman for the title. Which to me, I don't know if I like that to main event night 2. That's kind of a weak main event for night 2. It's a good match. It's a good match, but I feel underwhelmed.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be night 2. It can just be night 1, and then whatever match Punk is in can be night 2.
Braun versus Punk. And Braun winning. That's fine. I like that better, but that. I don't know. I don't know if Braun's fully there yet. For a night 2 main event, I think it, absolutely do a night 1 main event, but night 2 is like, obviously that's very different. But yeah, so we really got to figure out who attacked Jacob Fatu to really get this in gear, because if it was Drew that attacked Jacob Fatu, then we're gonna get Cody and Roman for sure. But the point I was gonna try to get to as well is that with this news, right? It was reported by Dave Meltzer.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
So my question is that why do people believe Dave Meltzer now all of a sudden, and they don't believe Dave Meltzer when he says other stuff?
I don't really have an answer for that, because At the end of the day, it's Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer does Dave
Well,
Meltzer things.
well. Here's the thing. He was right about the Austin Theory thing. He was right about the Lash Legend thing, right, for War Games, right? So he could be right for this one too. Well, I won't say that he's right as far as like he's predicting this, right? His sources, I'm putting that in quotation, his sources is giving him this information, right? I honestly believe that even we had this discussion about, predictions as far as like what we think was going to be WrestleMania matches and things of that nature. I don't think that any journalist out there really knows the WrestleMania match card or matches that are going to be coming up, right? I'm pretty sure that whoever's giving this information is not giving them the right information.
Well, I mean, I think
I'll just say this.
Right.
Do not get upset if it's not going to end up being that potential triple threat, or if it is going to be Roman versus Cody, and it's gonna be like, oh look, Dave Meltzer's incorrect. Well, no, Dave Meltzer was given this information. maybe Triple H is like, hey, let's give this guy the wrong information on purpose so you can report it. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But to me though, I'm like, I'm not fully convinced that we're gonna have another, a WrestleMania in Vegas and not have a big main event being Cody versus Roman. Again, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it for the third time, but I'm just saying what I think is going to happen versus what I want to happen.
I mean, I just want it to be good, because last year's Mania was not good at all. I mean, it had some high spots with, the triple threat, with the women. But other than that,
both triple threats actually.
Yeah, it just was not a very good show. Both. I mean, the main event with Roman and Seth and Punk was good, but it's just like this match was so thrown together. I liked it, but didn't like it at the same time, because they gave Jey Uso the match, and I still don't know why that happened. And then it did, and then they realized it just wasn't working. But again, it's just, I'm with you on that. I wouldn't be surprised as to what they go with is the bigger money matchup, since it's in Vegas for the second year in a row. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, the rest of SmackDown. Were you finished with the Dave Meltzer thing?
Yep.
All right. So the rest of SmackDown, you had Randy Orton come out, and then Trick Williams came out, and basically just talked a little bit of shit and said, "I'm the new guy," yada yada yada. Trick Williams slaps the microphone out of Randy's hand and actually hits somebody in the front row, because you saw that oh shit look on Trick's face. And then
I didn't hear anything out of it as well, so I think there's no heat there from that.
Right, I mean, it was an accident, but Randy, I believe Randy RKO'd, or no, he didn't RKO. He just like beat Trick's ass and then did the DDT spot on him. And then Miz came out, and then Randy RKO'd Miz. So I don't know. I'm liking the presentation of Trick on the main roster, because he looks like something. Great shape, can talk. They obviously think the world of him, which they should. So yeah, they're doing so far. Trick on the main roster is doing fine. They're having him come out and do promos with their top guys like Sammy and now Randy. So I'm happy. I'm happy about Trick. So Trick had a match with Rey Fenix, which was good. Can't complain about it. Trick wins with a heelish roll up, which I guess makes sense. I guess it's better than him just pinning Rey Fenix, clean as a sheet. Making.
It doesn't matter. They're not using Rey Fenix for anything, so it doesn't matter if he got rolled up. It doesn't matter if he got destroyed. They're not using him.
Right. I mean, eventually, I can't wait for them to put him with Penta, because that's where the money is.
I don't even know if we're gonna be. They're teaming with Penta with everybody except his own brother.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But yeah, moving on. You had Julia defending her newly won U.S. title against Alexa Bliss. Again, I'm happy that they haven't given up on Julia just yet. They put the U.S. title back on her, and they had her wrestle against Alexa. And then while the ref wasn't looking, Nia and Trick's lady, whose name blank, Lash Legend, that's her name. Hey, Thrillex. Thrillex is in the YouTube chat. He says I have 2 more ears installed here. That's awesome. Thank you, man. But yeah, they took out Alexa while the ref wasn't looking, and then Julia pinned her, so she's still the champion. Yeah, the MFT versus the Wyatt Six, which this was pretty fun. I like this. This is actually wasn't bad to watch. I've said before, I like Solo now more than I've ever liked him. I think he has more personality. I think he's funnier. And the MFT thing is starting to work. It's starting to grow on me a little bit. The Wyatt Six thing is kind of hit or miss with me, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Did you care about this match?
Not necessarily. No.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, MFTs are gonna end up winning tag team titles. Okay, then what? You got a major issue with this fucking tag division.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. I just said the match was fun for what it was. I just kind of like you.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
in my opinion, it wasn't.
Right.
It was a waste. It was a waste of time.
Right. Again, I thought it was what it was. It wasn't the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It was just there. But I'm just like, okay, fun. But the MFT's one. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's so okay. So I like the talents. I like the talents. What's the story? Why do I care about this? Why should I invest my time in this every single week? What's the story?
Well, though the Wyatts with them is just they just go after random people, and that's the story. There's no there.
No. The MFTs went after the Wyatts though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know. Okay, in theory, yes, I know it's about the tag team titles, right? But what's the reason for us to care week to week to week to week? So when the MFTs do win the title, that we can have some emotional value to it. They're just throwing these guys scares like you're a faction. Let's put you guys together. Let's put you guys in a feud.
Yeah,
they storm out there for matches every single week. They have these promos that are being cut, and I like what they're doing with the promos, but they have no meaning behind them. There's no real true meaning. There's no substance behind it. You know what I mean? But that's WWE for you in 2026. WWE's way too sterile, way too clean, way too corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's showing in their product right now. You know what I mean? As WWE's way too sterile, way too clean, way too corporate, AEW on the other hand is too indie, too fucking I don't even know what. So both companies have problems, on both sides of the coin. So
right, no, you're definitely right. WWE's too corporate. They're probably even more corporate than they have been in a while.
They've been more. This is the. And obviously it's corporate. It was corporate Vince McMahon, but at least Vince will try, zany shit sometimes. He'll take chances on shit. This is not as bad as Vince, but it's way too safe. They don't take a lot of chances. The chance that they do take just doesn't make sense. They tried with Jey Uso last year, which is fine, which I was a proponent of. I'm glad that they took the chance with Jey Uso. Didn't work out, but glad they took a chance, right? They just need to make sure that the chances that they take going forward has a better chance of a better outcome.
So, I was gonna say, is it safe to say that you said WWE's too safe? Is it safe to say that AEW's too pretentious? Because you could,
maybe to casual viewers, yes. Like AEW's, they're too reckless, I guess is the word.
right.
Like I can watch AEW, right? And I had on tonight, and Pac and Darby, very good match, but it doesn't mean anything. It meant. I mean, I know the story that they're trying to tell, right? Like I understand. Hey, Darby has beat everyone in the Death Rider except for Pac, so he beats Pac tonight, right? But it doesn't do anything for him going forward. Like, he's not close to the title. He's not closer to moving up the ladder, right? It's just like, oh, he beat everyone in Death Riders. Okay, now what? What's next? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like in WWE, it's like they think that they are trying to do something with stories, but they're really not. And they just have guys booked on endless end, right? I like what they're doing next week, starting with this mini tournament with the 4 one-on-one matches. Then you get the Fatal 4-Way at Saturday Night's Main Event to see who will face their champion of choosing, pretty much, right?
Right.
So I like that aspect, right? But it's, you know what I mean? It's just right now. It's just everyone's lazy. They don't want. Everyone's fine where they're at. AEW right now, they just care to their niche audience, which is fine, right? If AEW wasn't on TBS and TNT, I think people won't give AEW as much crap. I don't think people give AEW as much crap if they were not on TBS and TNT. If they were like just doing their own shit on YouTube or Twitch, I don't think people will give them as much crap at all, because people won't really care about AEW at that point. And I think WWE, they know that AEW can't touch them, right? As far as money wise, ratings wise, that ship has long sailed. So WWE's in a standpoint right now, hey, we're making the most money that we ever made. Let's not give the fans what we want every single week. We'll give them a little nuggets here and there, and we'll just we'll just go and take it easy as much as we can, and we'll tell stories. Once it gets closer to Mania and once it gets closer to SummerSlam, then we'll start telling stories. But for the other 10 months out of the year, you're just gonna get what you get.
By the way, the Rascals signed with AEW.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which, again, good for them. They're going to make money. They're probably going to make more money.
Like them. I like them.
No, I like them too. I'm happy. I mean, again, it's one of those things of just like, when it comes to AEW, it's just like, I can't really get mad or annoyed by things anymore, because it's like, I don't really watch it. So why even bother talking about a company I don't watch? But like, again, good for them. They're making money. They're gonna make.
Yeah, they're making money, but what are they gonna do?
Exactly.
Honestly, I think honestly they will. I think they'll be good for within the tag division. Obviously, the trio, they're probably gonna be used for the trios. But outside of that, what are they gonna be on, Ring of Honor? Like, it's a joke. It's a complete joke. Like, you got MJF versus Bandito right now. They're wrestling the main event. It's gonna be a great match. Bandito's fantastic. He's fucking great. MJF's fucking great. He's in fucking great shape right now. But the crowd that they're in front of right now, what they're in front of, like 500 people, 700 people, something like that. I like the aesthetic of it, but I mean, at the same time as well, they should be wrestling in front of 15, 20,000 fans.
Mm-hmm.
Not 700 to 1,000 people. Like, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be very surprised if AEW is still around, and by the end of this year, we should very much know if AEW is going to be around for another 10 years or for another 2 years. You know what I mean? But if TNA can survive this long,
I don't know. I think TNA made a deal with the devil or some kind of demon, because how the fuck did they stay alive this long?
Oh, man, in those years, in like 2017, 2016, well, no, 2017, 2018, that was scary times for them, man.
It's like Aces and 08s. Who else? When they made Alex Shelley a world champion, which that was a choice. But yeah, it's just like good for them. I mean, they're gonna make their debut tomorrow on AMC, so good for them. I'm happy for them.
Are you gonna watch?
I'll try. Well, no. I think I'm gonna.
No,
Well, no, no,
yes
no,
or
no, no, no,
no?
no, 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 no,
No.
no. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm gonna be. Well, I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna be home tomorrow. I'm gonna be at the movies, so I won't be able to watch it. I'll catch the replay, but
But here's the thing. The point I'm trying to get to is that, right? Yeah, they're on AMC. They're gonna get more fans and they're gonna do good viewership. Because I even predicted this year. If you guys didn't listen to the podcast last week, we did predictions for 2026, and one of my predictions is that at one point this year, TNA is going to have a better viewership, better rating than Dynamite. So that's one of my predictions for this year. But in theory, though, I will catch it on Thursdays if it's on, right? But I'm not going to go on my way to watch it. I am watching tomorrow, though. I am watching tomorrow. Now, if they happen to hook me, right, then fine. But also at the same time as well, we get a lot of TNA talent on NXT already, right? So I feel like I'm not really totally missing out on TNA.
right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't really feel like I'm really missing out on TNA because I still end up watching their pay-per-views anyway, but I feel like I don't really need to watch their TV every week.
No, no, no. Yeah, you're 100% right, because like we see Leon Slater on NXT pretty much every week. I mean, the news came out that he was supposed to have a match tomorrow, but they pulled him because WWE wants him on the European shows. So they're already getting ready to give this guy more money than he's ever had.
If I were TNA, I'll be like, no. But you know what though? Scratch that, because they're giving him AJ Styles. That's probably why WWE's getting Leon Slater.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a very calculated move from WWE. I would like to think.
Which technically isn't that one of my predictions, that a WWE person would appear on TNA?
No, that doesn't count.
That counts.
No, that doesn't count. Well, you're no, that doesn't count. No, you're not gonna get that. He appeared last year for them.
Okay.
It's AJ Styles, Drew.
I like how adamant you are about this.
No, they will. I mean, if you want to win like that, if you want to win that prediction like that.
No, you know what? I'll hold off when it's somebody that's not too connected.
Yeah, if it's like Cody or somebody like. Did you hear about Jericho? Jericho wants to go to well, not wants to, but rumor is that he may want to join TNA.
That'd be fun. That'd be less predictable, because like, to be honest, whenever Jericho does come back to WWE, how are they going to book him? Do you trust the booking of WWE to do anything for Chris Jericho in 2026?
I'll put it to you this way: like, no one wants to see. Why do people want Jericho back in WWE when people want him gone from AEW?
True. I'm not even saying I'm like hyped to see him back. I'm really not, because like I'm more interested in seeing fresher faces like a Leon Slater or a Javon Evans, or I know he's not necessarily a fresh face, but he kind of is a Matt Cardona. I want to see what he can do in this setting.
Oh, speaking of that, so you're saying that, right? You want to know one of the matches that they got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona. Why the fuck would you book that?
I don't fucking know.
Someone has to lose.
I mean, you could have had him face anyone else, but you have him face Trick Williams, who's they're gonna. That's a guy who's gonna be a champion like quick. And then Matt Cardona, who just fucking came back. So,
I mean, like,
that's bad.
I mean, I'm not to say that if one loses, they're buried, and that's but it just kind of it just kind of sets the tone. It just kind of sets the tone the wrong way, right? If I'm WWE, I'm booking Cardona to win. I'm booking Cardona to win, and the reason being is because Trick Williams can easily recover from that.
Yeah, he's still young.
He can, like, I don't know. I'm not saying if Cardona loses, that's it, that's his, you know what I mean? But if you want to change the narrative about the Zack Ryder being a loser and all that stuff, you gotta have him beat Trick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, have him win. Like Trick can lose now and he'll be fine. Like Cardona needs this. Like he needs this win. Because like, I forgot to mention, because we're still technically talking about SmackDown, they were doing these bits where different people were going up to Cody and saying, hey, I still want that belt. Cardona approached Cody and he said, listen, I didn't just come here because I wanted to come back. I came back because I want to be a champion. I want to be a WWE champion, because he was a U.S. champion and an Intercontinental champion and a tag champion. So he wants to come back and actually be a world champion. So that's kind of what I assume is going to be a thing with Cardona, is that eventually he's going to be in the running for one of the world titles. And him going against Trick is just not good. And if he doesn't win, it's like, what the fuck? And I hate to and I hate when people say buried, but it's just like, what's the point of this? What's the point of bringing him back if you're just going to lose?
I honestly, like as a shoot, I honestly don't really think he really cares.
Right.
I mean, he cares, but like I don't really think like he super duper cares about it. I think he wants to just control his narrative a little bit.
Right.
Coming back to WWE, I mean, of course he wants to be world champion. I mean, that's the goal, right? But like, I'm pretty sure that's not like the end all be all too as well. It's like, oh man, like if I don't win, like if he happens to get like a like man, just all this new talent coming in as well. Like, what do you see for Javon Evans Mania season? What do you see for Trick Williams at Mania? What do you see for Cardona at Mania?
I mean,
it's like not everybody's gonna make it on the card.
I mean, they always allow 6 matches on each card, so they'll find something for him, maybe like a ladder match, like an Intercontinental title match or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the multi-man matches, but the point I'm trying to get to is that everyone wants their wrestler to be utilized in a way where they're considered to be as a top guy, right? People want Cardona to win the title. People want, Javon Evans to win the title eventually, right? I'm not saying right now. People want Trick Williams to win, Obafemi to win. Not everybody's going to be in that position,
right?
So we have to kind of accept in a certain way that there's only 2 main titles, and the fact of the matter is that only maybe up to 5, maybe up to 6. Yeah, 6 is a very high number. People can have a chance to be in a program for something like that going into WrestleMania. So, there's been a lot of changes in WWE lately, which is good. But we'll see on how everything goes.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that there's more that there's fresher faces on the shows, as opposed to every week it's like Drew, Seth, Braun. It's like, okay, we've seen these guys 1,000 times already. What are we doing? They're always in the mix, and I like all these guys. But it's like I'm glad Trick is on. I'm glad Ob is on. I'm glad Javon's on. Another fresh face, I guess, for the main roster is Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace made her debut on SmackDown. She wrestled Alba Fire and she won, as you can imagine. As she's walking up to the ramp, she has a face-off with the current women's champion, Jade Cargill. Almost said Jada Parker. Jade Cargill, who they faced off, and cool. Yeah, Jade Cargill's been a champion for I don't know how long, and she hasn't had one title defense. Am I wrong, or has she had any title defenses?
No, you're not wrong.
So it's like, all right, cool. So yeah, I guess they're
No, that sucks.
no. I'm being sarcastic. It does suck because it's just like
I know, but again, that goes back to WWE's in fucking shambles, man. I'm sorry, man. This shit sucks.
it does. It does suck. RJ. Shout out to RJ, the Brooklyn Savage, our little brother over here. He doesn't even like to watch the shows that much to where like him and his friend or have a podcast where they're talking about like was it like Dragon Gate or New Japan? Like that's how much the product is just bad on both shows, not just WWE.
Both, yeah, Dragon in New Japan.
Yeah, like he doesn't really watch WWE or even AEW to the point where him and his friend are doing a podcast about other shit, which I can't blame them. Good for them. Good for them.
That's how you build your audience instead of just doing the same shit as everyone else. Do shit that you like, and people are gonna find it.
Yeah, which is why I'm just like, hey Justin, let's do a list because it's more exciting. But anyways, let's finish up on SmackDown so we can move on to more important things. Carmelo Hayes is the U.S. champion. He did a open challenge, and it was Shinsuke Nakamura. And it was a very good match, as you can imagine. Very, very good match. It's always fun to see Shin doing whatever it is he's doing in his spare time. But when he comes out, he delivers. So gotta say that. And that was pretty much the rest of SmackDown. SmackDown, the second week in a row, was a much better show than Raw.
It was a weaker show than last week. Still a good show. Yeah, and they're trying certain spots as well, man. But I just hope that this is just not. I'm hoping this is just not Band-Aid over a wound that needs stitches. You know what I mean?
Very true. I agree with you. Let's go to Raw. Raw was also in Germany, and we can just kind of breeze through it a little bit. Javon Evans versus Bravo Americano, who that's. What's his name? That has to be Tyler Bate, right?
Yeah, it was Tyler Bate, yeah.
But again, fun match. I mean, they clearly love them some Javon Evans, and they want to push him like he's something. And he won. So yeah, it's saying Bravo is Tyler Bate and Rayo is Pete Dunne, in case we didn't know. So cool. Earlier in the show, you had the women's tag team champions Rhea and Io. And then you had other competitors like Liv Morgan and Roxanne saying, no, I want a tag team title match. And then Bayley and Lyra saying, no, we want a tag team title match. And then the former champions being like, no, fuck it, we want our tag titles back. So that's how it happened. And then you got to the back, you had Liv Morgan call out Finn Balor and be like, what are you doing? And Finn's like, I'm just here, I'm just chilling. And then being like, what happened to your fire? You're just back here playing games. You're supposed to be the leader of the Judgment Day, so to speak. So, and then Finn just says, "Oh, just so you wait." Cuts to CM Punk coming out and talking to the fans, and then pretty much says, "Good night, people." I'm like, "All right." And then Finn comes out and challenges Punk, and tells Punk, "Hey, when you won the title a few months ago, you named me as one of your competitors, or as one of the people you want to face." And Punk was like, yeah, that's right, but ever since then, where you been? Every time I go to the back, I see you shine Liv's boots. This isn't the Finn Balor I wanted. And so Finn said, pretty much like, next week we're going to be in Scotland, so I'm not going to have the Judgment Day with me. Ireland? No, Scotland. Or no, is it Ireland? Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland.
Ireland, there you go, I'm sorry. He's in Ireland next week. So it's my hometown. I won't be in the Judgment Day with me, but I won't be alone? ? So yeah, next week it will be Finn and Punk, which again, on paper, it sounds like a very good match, but the build-up is weak as fuck. Weak as fuck.
I mean, it's not build-up. I mean, it's just a match. I mean, the only reason why let me ask you this. So they're gonna have this match next week. Why is this match happening next week, you think?
Because it's in Ireland?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Finn's not gonna win the match. I would love for him to, because he's one of my favorites. He's in my personal, he's definitely personally in my top 10. Maybe cracking that top 5. Maybe it's like top 7, but personally for me, my favorites. But even with that being said, though, he ain't fucking winning.
Right. I knew that.
Unless they really want to shock the system, but well, that's undisputed error. But anyway,
Wow.
anyway, I just the only reason why this happened is because this is gonna be Finn's home country, and yeah, we need a main event.
No, I get that. It's
Lazy.
I would have at least liked some build up. I mean, because you look at what's happening on SmackDown. When Cody was the champion,
I agree.
You had a bunch of guys being like, "Hey, I want to be the champion." No, I want to be the champion. Like that. Just build up like that instead of just being like, "Hey, we're in Ireland next week."
No. This is even better, right? Let me ask this question: What has Finn Balor deserved? How does he deserve a title shot?
He doesn't.
How did he deserve this?
Because again, it's in Ireland next week.
No. He did he beat anybody?
No, I'm saying he doesn't. But like the point is that they're in Ireland and they need a big match.
That's a very shitty way of booking a match.
Again, I'm agreeing with you because
it's a very. I'm just saying, it's a very shitty way of booking a match. You know what? I would not be as upset about this if they just do one thing. You want to know what that is, or you want to guess what that could be?
Finn returns as the demon.
No, bro. No. I will pop, obviously, but no. If Finn were to actually beat wrestlers throughout the last couple of months, then ask for a title shot, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, like he's mainly been in a tag team with JD, and the ones who've actually done anything in the Judgment Day have been Dom, Raquel, Roxanne's been doing stuff.
She has not.
Well,
she really hasn't.
Well, okay, so Raquel and Dom, those have been the more positive standouts in the Judgment Day.
Yeah. And Liv just got back, but yeah.
Yeah, and Liv's the star. But and I also said JD was my most underrated. So JD, to an extent. But yeah, Finn has just been not really doing much of anything other than just being backstage. And also, that's another thing. Since we're talking about this booking, it's just like, wasn't Finn supposed to turn on Dom at some point? They really gave up on that.
I don't know, man. Maybe that's still coming. I don't know.
Yeah, like all these segments of him just being in the back and just cheesing and making all these kind of snide, mischievous faces of oh no, Dom, I'm not gonna turn my back on you. You're my brother.
Dude, I don't know, man.
So I don't know. It's just
again, WWE's just being lazy with their shit. They think we're fucking stupid or something.
No, we're not. They're stupid. We're smart. We're smart. We is smart. Kabuki Warriors versus Bailey and Lyra. Valkyria versus Roxanne and Liv Morgan. Bettis and Morgan won, so they become the number one contenders for the women's tag team championships. And then Bailey hypes up her match with Maxine next week. Speaking of Raquel, she's setting up a match with Stephanie. Did Stephanie piss somebody off? Because they have just been making this woman look like an idiot. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this chick. This chick was the hottest one, not just as far as attractiveness goes, as far as the way they've been building her up. She was the hottest woman in the women's division, and then they put the title on her, and they have just making her look like a complete nothing and also just stupid. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if she pissed somebody off in the back, but what the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck? And
they're trying to humanize her more, and it's not working.
no, it's not. It's really not, because, again, glass half full. I mean, they're doing something with Raquel that's more meaningful. So good for them, good for her. But it's like, she's not going to win. I mean, it'd be nice if she won, but I don't think she'll win. And just Stephanie, it's just like, and also another thing, it's just like that commercial for WrestleMania with all the women. It's like, Stephanie is the women's champion. She's not even in it. And granted, they probably filmed that in advance, but like,
Well, I think I can also say too that she's never been at WrestleMania either, so it's not a guarantee that she will be at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Most likely she will be. Most likely she'll be going in as champion, but they feature women that has been on a WrestleMania card already.
yeah, true. I don't know. It's just I'm not liking what you just said. Like, they're trying to humanize her and it's not working, and they're having her go out there and cut really long promos, and that's not working either. And before anyone tries to say whatever they're thinking, it's just like, her English isn't that bad. It's not terrible, but it's just like, when you can't really speak English that well and you're cutting long promos, that's not a good thing.
I think she speaks fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with her English.
I don't know. And again, I love Stephanie. I'm not trying to say like, I'm off the Stephanie, bandwagon, but it's just like,
Oh no, it sounds like you are, brother.
no, no, fuck her. No, fuck her and her boyfriend. No, it's just like, the booking just hasn't been all that great compared to how she was being booked as like a fucking superstar in NXT. But then again, that's, comparing apples to oranges. Or in this case, apples to really shitty oranges. But yeah, we'll see how this works out. Bronson Reed and Austin Theory versus Jesus Christ, Dragon Lee and Penta. We kind of technically brought that up with Braun coming out and spearing the shit out of everybody, which leads to Adam Pearce saying he was going to suspend him. But then Paul Heyman says, from my end, you put your hands on Bron Breakker first. So Braun will be back either next week or Rumble. So, Rumble is coming up pretty quick. I just realized that.
And so, I mean, no one cares about this who's listening to this podcast, but I don't give a shit. So Rumble's happening, obviously Saturday, but it's gonna be like super fucking busy at the shop because they're doing like this anime event, the anime events that get like a lot of foot traffic. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know if I'll be able to pay attention to the Rumble. I'll have it on, obviously, man, but I don't know if I'll be able to pay attention because it's projected to be very busy. So
yeah, I know y'all just had a Stranger Things convention, right?
Yeah, so they had Mr. Clark was there,
mm-hmm.
and Eddie Muntz's double, who played a Master of Puppets, was there, and he actually did a rendition of Master of Puppets down in the food court.
That's pretty fucking metal. I love that song.
Yeah. So that's yep, well, a good way to start 2026. So.
Did you also hear the news about the Rumble? I know we're kind of going back and forth, but so the arena that they're trying to build in Saudi Arabia, they're trying to build it from the ground up, and allegedly they're not sure if they're going to finish it on time.
No, they're going to finish it on time.
So I mean, I would hope so. But anyways, that's kind of quick news. But the main event was AJ Styles versus Gunther. As you can imagine, this is a very good match. I mean, you can't go wrong with AJ Styles or Gunther. The finish of it was... I'm kind of glad that they're kind of keeping it going because I wouldn't mind seeing these two have another match together. To where Gunther tapped out, but not technically. And by technically, I mean the referee wasn't looking, and then Gunther wins, by heel means, and he, of course, is going to gloat about it. But again, I wouldn't mind seeing this. I wouldn't mind seeing this as a feud continue because I love it.
Go to Mania too, possibly.
Yeah, I love AJ. I love Gunther. I wouldn't mind. Again, I wouldn't mind seeing this being a Mania match, like you just mentioned. So, but do you have any thoughts on Raw?
Well, I thought the main event was very good. I don't know why people were complaining about the Gunther tap out. It was clearly, like, obviously that's Gunther's Achilles heel is submissions. Submissions is his Achilles heel, but he did it in a way where he knew the position where the referee was at, so he purposely tapped behind AJ. So the referee didn't see it, and AJ thought he won the match, which in that case that was pretty stupid because AJ, you've been in this business for how long, and you fell for that trick, you know what I mean? But outside of that, I mean, you know, that was the right decision, to me at least. But yeah, obviously they're gonna have another match, and could be a Mania match because again, like we got a lot of different names. And now everyone's going to be in a title match, and those are two other people as well. I don't, at this point, I don't really see Gunther being in the world title picture for Mania. After Mania, yeah, but not before Mania.
Agreed. If it's all the same to you, I guess we can kind of skip NXT because really not a lot happened on that show, and
it's up to you, but you know, there was a few things that did stand out to me on the show. But
well, yeah, okay. So they addressed the title thing, you know. So Oba, like we mentioned last week, Oba dropped the title, or he left the title in the middle of the ring. So Ava announced that there's gonna be a ladder match on the February 3rd edition of NXT, and there's gonna be qualifying matches. Obviously, Ricky Starks, Saints, whatever, same shit. Ricky's going to be a part of it somehow. And just, you know, a bunch of other names are going to be a part of it. So, that opened the show. You had Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice, which I thought was very good. I thought it was a very good match. I thought this is probably the, you know, I'm blanking on my words. I don't know what I'm saying. I thought Lola looked pretty good out there. I thought Lola has been showing improvement in the ring for a while. It's just her mic work is going to need help. But I thought she looked pretty good out there, and she called out Izzy Dame, so she's in the running for going after the North American Championship. So cool. Yeah, Jasper Troy versus Tavion Heights for the Speed title. I like Tavion Heights. I like anything he does.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's always very good. Jasper Troy, I think he's slightly improving, just slightly. But that's not too much to get hyped up about. But again, Tavion Heights look good, so that's kind of where I was at. Blake Monroe came out to talk about her losing the title and whatnot, and then Jada Parker comes out. Jada Parker has been gone for some time, and I was happy to see Jada Parker back. The crowd was happy to see Jada Parker back, and she.
Yeah, we were just asking about last week, like, where's Jada Parker? Like, but she's back, so.
Miss Parker. So she beat up Blake. So I guess it looks like she's gonna feud with Blake. So fun. Ethan Page was in backstage with Ava, asking, you know, can I be in the tournament? And Ava was like, you just got to get rid of the North American title. To which Ethan's like, no, I don't want to do that. So next week, Ethan Page will be fighting a debuting Elio Lafleur, the French luchador, which means,
yeah, he's yeah, I've seen some of his work down, and he wrestled for I believe he wrestled for House of Glory for a little bit, but he's definitely talented. He's definitely someone to look out for sure.
I mean, I don't know much about him, obviously, but he looks interesting. So, again, I said before, we need more fresh faces, especially NXT. NXT needs some fresh faces.
NXT needs a fucking miracle right now.
Mm-hmm. You're definitely right. Yeah, he'll be wrestling Ethan Page next week, so we'll see how that works out. Shannon Stacks Lorenzo, who's the current TNA International Champion, defended his title against Shiloh Hill. Didn't think the match was bad. I mean, they really want this Shiloh Hill kid to work out, and again, fresh faces.
I don't see it, bro.
I know you're not.
I don't see it, man.
You're not nuts about it. I know RJ kind of said the same thing. Jeff, I think, likes him a little bit more because Jeff covered the LFG show. I'm neutral. Like I would like the kid to work out. I'm just like, I'm like you. Like I don't get. I'm leaning in towards I don't get it to where it's just like, well, I want it to work because I don't want everybody to pan out, but I don't know. It is.
I mean, I've like, as far as him having wrestling matches week to week to week to week, no. Hell no. As far as, I don't know, making him like a Diesel, right? Bodyguard? Yeah, that can work. That can work. It can work with him. But he has a place in WWE. I'm not saying he doesn't have a place. He clearly has a place in WWE. It's just how you utilize him. Mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of these people fail, is because WWE just thinks like, oh, you're big. Yeah, we'll use you in this. No. That's not always going to work. You gotta understand on. He's really just gotta understand. Where you should be within the company, but what do I know?
I know. I think you know. I think you know a lot. You know a lot more than me. The new North American Women's Champion came out, Izzy Dame. She came out and cut a promo, and then Tatum Paxley came out, and the people still love him some Tatum. So it looks like they're going to continue that. Now you got a belt involved. And then the main event was Joe Hendry versus Dion Lennox, to which I kind of tuned out of this match, I'll be honest. I was just
like... I really want Dion Lennox to work.
Yeah, and it's not going to.
I'll say this. I'll say this. It's not saying much, by the way. Like, just because I'm saying this, it's really not saying much. I think he has a higher upside than Shiloh Hill. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like... No. But I'll say this: I think he has a higher upside because if he gets everything together, like his character and look, and he has a great physique. But I think Shiloh Hill's floor is higher. I think they can keep Shiloh Hill around for years just because of his crazy look alone. But I think if Dion Lennox can really put together a character along with some better attire, better moveset, gets better in the ring, better. It's a lot of caveats for Dion Lennox, but I think his upside is higher than Shiloh Hill if he puts all those things together. But that's a lot of work for him to get to. Hopefully he gets there. I hope he gets there, but it's a lot of work.
Right, like again, just to clarify for people listening, I don't want people to fail. I don't. I want these people to get better. It's just like it's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take a lot of elbow grease and hard work to get these people to work, because so far I'm very mid on someone like Shiloh Hill, who again follows the show, and I don't know if he listens, but dude, if you're listening, no disrespect. We would like you to work out. It's just we're just being honest.
I really doubt that he's listening.
Well, let's just say for conversation's sake he is. Dude, if you're listening, it's just constructive criticism. We don't dislike you or hate you. We want you to work out.
I don't think you really will give a shit here what we think.
Right. Again, I'm always the mean one in the conversation. I want to be nice. I want to be the nice one. I want to be the nice one in the conversation. So, I want to be the good parent. So, but that was NXT. So let's move on to the main event, like Mark Henry would say, when he used to be in AEW. So the South Korean Wrestling Awards of 2025 was last year. Justin brought that glorious list onto me, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it because it appealed to my needs. And if anyone knows,
your favorite, what was your favorite award last year that you remember?
When they realized that Jon Moxley sucks. And it was like worst wrestler of the year, John Moxley. Worst finisher of the year, John Moxley. I'm like, who are these people? I need to meet them. I want to be your best friend.
Yep. There you go.
And so we have the worst and best. Do you want to start out with the worst or the best?
It doesn't matter.
Come on, come on. I want an answer.
Just pick.
Okay, let's start with worst. The worst. So the worst wrestler of the year. Let me start out with the categories. Let me pull these up. All right, so worst wrestler of the year. The nominees are Jey Uso, the previous winner Jon Moxley, Kazuchika Okada, Andrade. Okay, I don't agree with this one. Gunther. Oh, this is gonna be a fun list. The winner. Who do you think won? Justin. The list angered Justin so much that he had to leave. Oh God. I guess his internet went out. Oh no, he's back. Yo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, go ahead and you can proceed.
Okay, so the worst male wrestler of the year, according to the Korean or South Korean Wrestling Awards, is Jey Uso.
Okay.
All right. The worst female wrestler of the year. Okay, so I'm going to read off the nominees. The previous winner was Mercedes Moné. Nikki Bella, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Julia. Who do you think won this year?
This is fucking stupid. This is retarded.
But who do you think
are we doing this?
But who do you think won this year? Come on, who do you think won this year?
I don't care.
Yeah, you do. Come on, tell me. Who do you think won?
Madonna.
Well, Madonna's not on this list.
Oh.
But the winner for the second year in a row, the CEO is Mercedes Moné.
You're very happy about that.
I'm very happy. I'm as happy as a little girl. The worst tag team of the year. So the nominees are the Death Riders.
Everybody?
The Death Riders, the Don Callis family, the Usos, the Young Bucks, who are the previous winners, and the Wyatt Six. So, Justin, who do you think is the worst tag team of 2025, according to the South Korean Wrestling Awards? As we wait on bated breath.
I'm not sure.
The Death Riders. They are the worst tag team of the year. Pick up your awards, Death Riders. You suck.
All right, next.
The worst babyface of the year. The worst babyface of the year. The nominees are Jey Uso, Nikki Bella, Cody Rhodes, Tiffany Stratton, and Aleister Black. And the winner...
Wait, Aleister Black wasn't even baby... And it's Jey Uso. All right, yeah, let's continue.
Yeet! The Yeet Man wins more gold again. He is the worst babyface of the year.
All right, yeah.
Oh, man. Worst heel of the year. The nominees are Mercedes Moné, Jon Moxley, The Rock, Nikki Bella, and Gunther.
Rock? Wait, I mean...
The Rock was, like, barely on television.
Like...
Oh, man. I'm having way too much fun with this. The worst heel of the year. The winner is Mercedes Moné.
Right.
The worst champion of the year. Oh, this is bringing me so much joy. The worst champion of the year. Mercedes Moné, Jey Uso, Jon Moxley, Tiffany Stratton, and Julia. Yeah, Julia. The winner.
Jon Moxley.
No.
Jey Uso. Mercedes.
It's Mercedes Moné. She is the worst champion of the year.
My
so
gosh. Yeah.
Come collect your other gold.
Fuck yeah. All right. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. 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 Oh man, I'm happy. I'm pumped. The worst worker of the year. Nominees are Jey Uso, Mercedes Moné, Jon Moxley, Nikki Bella, and B-Fab. And the winner is the Yeet Man himself, Jey Uso. Yeet. Jesus Christ. All right, the worst match of the year. Worst match of the year. John Cena versus Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Gunther versus Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Jon Moxley versus Cope versus Christian Cage. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Who do you think won?
One of them.
Well, you're technically right. The worst match of the year was John Cena versus Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event. Good stuff. The worst segment of the year. Triple H rips the audience by saying the reaction to Cena's tap out in his last match was weak at the Saturday Night's Main Event post show. Triple H ignores the booing and hugs John Cena. Tiffany Stratton goes off script and mentions Charlotte Flair's divorce. Jey Uso saying he is no longer afraid of Gunther. John Cena's face turn promo. That's kind of a really odd nominee.
All of this is odd.
The winner is... To be fair, the list is in Korean. The winner is Triple H rips the audience by saying the reaction to Cena's tap out.
Wait. This list ain't Korean.
Okay, hold on. So I have two different screens up.
I thought this was what is this then?
Because let me explain. So I have one link up. It's showing all the winners like in their faces and like the nominees, but they're all in Korean because it's South Korean. So
what's the is this like on Twitter or like where are you getting this from?
I had to look for this. On the internet. So I found it on Reddit. So Reddit has two different lists up. They have faces and heels. I'm currently on heels. And I had to go on Reddit.
But like who's the author? Like what's the, you know what I mean?
Well, hold on. It's on a website called m.dcinside.com. And I don't know who the author is.
Yeah, okay. Well,
anyways,
we got great quality going on. Great.
Hell yeah. The worst moment of the year. John Cena taps out to Gunther. Travis Scott appears to help Cena to win the WWE Undisputed Championship. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar squashes John Cena. Jey Uso plays his theme in the middle of War Games. Which of these is the worst moment of the year, Justin, if you had to pick?
I don't know. Just give the winner. I'm sorry.
Gunther taps out John Cena, or John Cena taps out to Gunther. That is the worst moment of the year.
That is stupid as shit.
It definitely is the worst, or one of the worst things.
Some people don't need to have opinions.
I beg to differ. The worst feud of the year. Jey Uso versus Gunther. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. John Cena versus Gunther. Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Tiffany versus Charlotte, I don't know.
The Yeet Man strikes again. It's Jey Uso versus Gunther. Oh man, this is so bad. The worst catchphrase of the year.
Is it yeet? It's yeet, right? Right?
Yeet, CEO, yeet. Wait, what? Yeet, replay pose, CEO, yeet. 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Best for the business. So yeet is nominated 3 times.
Terrible, man.
Yeah, it's yeet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Worst mic worker of the year, Jey Uso. Worst non-wrestler of the year, Travis Scott. I agree with that. Most overrated of the year, Jey Uso. Most underrated of the year, Drew McIntyre. Wait, what? The Christian Award. What the hell is that? The most.
Know, maybe someone. Maybe whoever's father died this year. I don't fucking know.
The most pitiful. Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, Finn Balor, LA Knight, and Kevin Owens. The winner is Drew McIntyre. Oh, God. The worst move of the year, Jey Uso's spear. I agree. That looks fucking terrible. The worst gimmick of the year, Mercedes Moné as the belt collector. The worst news story of the year, John Cena taps out. Okay. The worst entrance theme of the year, Travis Scott's Fane theme. If you're hearing the smoke alarm go off, it's because they're cooking something.
Yeah, I'm asking. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, they're cooking, and the smoke alarm's going off. The worst brand of the year, AEW. The worst event of the year, WrestlePalooza. The worst part-timer of the year.
The worst whatever. Go ahead.
Mercedes Moné is a part-timer?
No.
I don't even agree with that. I'm like, wait, isn't she on the show every week? Okay, part-timers, Mercedes Moné, Nikki Bella, Adam Copeland, Brock Lesnar, and Goldberg. So, yeah, that's... The worst booker of the year, Triple H. The worst main event of the year, Gunther versus John Cena again.
So let me get this straight. So the worst book of the year is Triple H, but the worst promotion of the year is AEW.
It's like, I hate him, but I love him.
Make it make sense.
The worst face turn of the year, John Cena. The worst heel turn of the year, Hook. Okay. Botch of the year is... Hold on. Let me go to that. Jey Uso... Yeah, Jey Uso. Never mind. Fuck it. Jey Uso just loses across the board. Worst entrance...
Wait, that was worst botch?
It's a picture of Jey Uso spearing what looks to be John Cena. Or is that Austin Theory?
I'm trying to remember the spot.
Is it? No. Oh no, it's Jey Uso gives Austin Theory what looks like either a spear or a crossbody.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was on. I think that was on Raw, right?
Yeah, that was like the road. That was the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, I think
that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
And then worst entrance is Travis Scott at WrestleMania 41. Somebody put Jey Uso just overall his entrance, no specific date. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, that's all the worst stuff. We can just end on that because I don't think we can top that. Unless, do you have time to do the other lists?
We're not gonna do the best of.
I mean, do you want to?
I mean, I'd much rather hear that than shit on everything.
Okay, so I actually clicked off of it, so let me pull up.
I mean, we could have just... I don't know.
Hold on. Let me pull everything back up real quick.
Yeah. If it takes you a while, you don't have to, but...
No, it shouldn't take me that long. Oh, wait. I should just go to history.
What's the other list you have?
They were just kind of fun lists. Like,
if you want to do that, that's fine. I didn't know you clicked out of it already.
Okay. All right. So these they kind of have something to do with what happened last year. So like top 10, whatever. So I'm gonna start with this top 10 controversial wrestling moments of 2025, and this is on Cultaholic. Number 10. Yeah, they're pretty fun. Number 10, John Cena taps out in his final match.
And what's the top 10? What? I'm sorry again?
Top 10 most controversial moments in wrestling.
Controversial moments. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Most controversial moments of wrestling. Not just WWE, but wrestling.
Okay, that's fair.
John Cena taps out in his final match.
No, I agree with that. Even though I agree with it, it certainly was controversial.
Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair shoot on each other. That's number 9.
I think that was overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was overrated. Like,
yeah, that was kind of a nothing.
Yeah, I mean, should Tiffany really brought that up? No, but like also at the same time, it's like it's not like we haven't heard, on the spot shoot moments in wrestling, like, you know.
I mean, Cena should be higher. Should be much higher than just number 10. Number 8, AEW and Jon Moxley sued by crew member.
I mean, that was like a 1 week thing. No one's talked about it since.
No, agreed.
Like,
I mean,
okay.
it just went away. It happened and then it didn't.
It was around for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it went away. I forgot about it until you mentioned it, But okay.
I actually think I was like, did these happen like last year or the year before? Number 7, Ryan Nemeth sues AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk.
Oh yeah, that did happen last year. Did holy shit? Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah, that seemed like.
And again, nothing came out of that.
Nope. Ryan Nemeth is still in TNA, and yeah, that's about it. Number 6, Nixon, Newell, and Miranda Elise walk out of AEW Collision.
Again, like it is controversial, but nothing as far as like it's not like we haven't seen or heard that before at the same time, But
yeah. Number 5, WWE releases Ridge Holland while he's injured.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I don't know if I'll have it that high. I have to hear the rest, but I'm now starting to understand why Cena's lower because like all these other ones is like real life shit. It's not have anything to do with like kayfabe or whatever. Like so. But yeah, that was pretty fucked up on WWE's end.
Number 4, John Cena turns heel.
Okay, no. It only became controversial once the story and feud didn't work out. That's why it became. At the time, people were for it. At Elimination Chamber, when he turned heel, everyone was like, "Holy shit, WrestleMania is gonna be fucking, it's gonna be fucking epic." That night, so the actual. The actual run as heel was controversial, but I don't think the turn was controversial, to me at least.
No, you're right. I mean, it was definitely shocking. If you want to call it shocking. Yeah, shout out to Devin, the Tribal Chief, in the YouTube chat. What's up, man? But yeah, it was definitely shocking, but controversial. I guess if you're looking at it at a perspective of like. We took the biggest babyface in the past 2 decades and turned him heel. Like, yeah, I guess you can call that controversial to an extent, but like, no, it happened and then it didn't. Like after a while, it just really went away because the people still cheered Cena. So, number 3, WWE announces WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia.
Like on paper, yes, controversial, but also at the same time, like once WWE started to have these events in Saudi, you knew this was going to happen one day. Yeah. At least I always thought that. I always thought, oh, they're going to get some big events now for sure. It's just the size of paying them all this fucking money, but
I knew it was going to happen. I don't like it, but it's going to happen. But
like.
Comes with the territory.
Let me. I'm just gonna ask this: why are people mad? Are people really mad? I don't want to get into anything political, but are people just mad because it's happening in a Arab country, or are people actually mad because of what the country represents?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna look at it as blood money. And we all know the story behind it. That that journalist was beheaded by
right.
the Saudi government, the Saudi prince, and Yeah, it's fucked up and it's gross that they're still doing business with them. I hate it. Like if I had to wave a magic wand, I would want this to go away, and then to not do business with
of
them. But
course.
yeah, go ahead.
Just the way I'm thinking about it is that is it fucked up? Absolutely yes. No one should be beheaded, let alone killed, right? But in that situation, if this, let's say WWE were in, let's say they were in bed with Australia, right? And let's say Australia wants to, or even Japan. I'll just use Japan. They want to use Japan. Japan nowadays is a little bit better. But there was at one point where they were still doing some shady shit, even after war. Yeah. So if they were to like go, let's say go to Japan and something were to happen over there, would people still have this same, passion of conversation? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know. I just again I don't agree with them being in Saudi Arabia. And and the prince is seeming trying to Americanize his country a little bit more, or not Americanize, but like Westernize his country a little bit more. But there's still some punishments that are there, right? Because if you look at our fucking country, right? Like it took up until like the 80s or whatever that there were still slaves on plantations.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, not to like get off topic, and because we're not political on the show, but it's just like, the day and age you're living in, it's kind of hard to escape this shit because we're seeing this kind of stuff show up on our own front door, so to speak, and especially stuff going on in Iran. If anyone doesn't know already, everyone knows that I'm half Persian,
Right.
and just the stuff that's going on is just. It's heartbreaking to see what my people are going through. Because
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I vaguely know what's going on. I know that there maybe I hear words like revolution and stuff going on. So I'm not really entirely 100% sure what's going on, and obviously you're way more educated than me on what's going on over there. So
but like I kind of know the gist of it. Shaheen, shout out to Shaheen, nuclear graphics, Spitball Media. He did a show with John Draper where he basically laid out the history of Iran and what's going on currently. Basically, they want to free Iran, because up until like 1979, Iran was pretty much like a destination, like vacation site that Americans can go to.
Yeah.
And then Ayatollah, turned it into what it's become, and people just want Iran to be free. And I believe today is when they started doing like public executions to anyone going against the government. And
like today, like it happened today.
I believe so. That's what I read. Wow. Like teenagers, young kids were killed, in front of the public, just for
that is rough. That's rough to hear.
Just for standing up, for their freedom. And man, I'm getting emotional because it's just like these are my people, and
right.
I wish it's one of those things like I wish I could do more, and I do what I can just by putting out the word. And but yeah, shout out to Shaheen if he's listening. He did a really good show with Draper, and he's put his boots to the ground, and he's been protesting out in Philly. But yeah, shout out to Shaheen. Man, we off topic. I'm sorry, people, but it's just one of those things I had to bring up. Number 2 on controversial wrestling moments of 2025. WWE brings back Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. It's definitely controversial. I'll keep it at that. As far as being controversial, I agree. Yes.
It's one of those things I feel I get why people would be mad about it. I get why. I'm not saying people shouldn't be mad about it. It's just one of those things of like, yes, he was named in a disposition case, but it's like, I guess morally he did something wrong compared to Vince. But
morally, but by law, you know what I mean? Like, there was nothing in there lawfully.
Right.
At least that was released that he did wrong.
Right. You know, yeah. I'm not going to get mad at people for being mad about it. That's kind of my.
No, if you're mad about it, you have every single right to be mad at 1,000%. You know, but yeah, I'm not really gonna, you know, go deeper than that.
Exactly. And number 1, Raja Jackson attacks Psycho Stu.
Oh yeah. that idiot. Yeah, that's number 1 by a fucking mile.
I mean,
he almost kills somebody. Like, you know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the dude the dude went to jail, right? Or he got arrested.
He got arrested. I don't think he went to jail.
Okay, yeah,
I think he maybe awaiting trial, if anything. But yeah.
I mean, if anyone hasn't seen that, like that, even like you know, YouTube channels and Twitch channels that aren't even like wrestling, like they covered that because it's like you kind of had to cover it because, again, this dude literally, like, he legit almost killed somebody in the middle of the ring. Like, he went there and just beat the shit out of him. And, you know, Psycho Stu, I think he's like an ex, you know, Marine, or like a, you know, he was in the military and he has PTSD, and like he got the shit beat out of him by this kid who could have killed him, almost killed him. And it's a hard watch, and I feel bad for Psycho Stu, but yeah, that was the list. I mean, there's 3 more if you want to go through them, or do you just want to call it a night?
Yeah. Let's roll through them.
All right, so let's stick with positives. Let's do the best matches of 2025, and this is best WWE matches of 2025, and this is still Cultaholic.
Just WWE only, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn on the October 17th episode of SmackDown.
Oh yeah, excellent match.
Yeah, I remember that being a very good match. CM Punk versus Gunther, SummerSlam Night 1.
Yeah, it was really fucking good, actually. Yeah.
Very good, very good, and also, you know, obviously when Seth Rollins came out and cashed in his Money in the Bank, faking an injury.
That's one of the moments of the year for sure.
Number 8, men's elimination chamber match.
Yeah, excellent.
That was good. I like the women's better, but that's just me.
I thought both were excellent. Mean, if you're counting the matches up with the aftermath, like it's top 10 for sure.
Agreed. The whole pay-per-view I thought was good in general. That was one of the best shows of the year. That
between that and Evolution and All In, because I really liked All In Texas. Those are my favorite 3 of the year pay-per-views.
Number 7, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, Evolution.
Should be higher.
Agreed. Number 6, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 41, Night 1.
Gotta hear the rest, but maybe top 5, top 4, but I gotta hear the rest though. But, you know, I'm not mad at that.
John Cena versus AJ Styles, Crown Jewel.
It is top 10, maybe. I have the triple threat above that though, personally.
All right. The Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, April 25th episode of SmackDown, the TLC match.
Yeah, I think that deserves to be right about right there, or even number 5. But yeah, that was an excellent car crash match.
Very. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, Elimination Chamber.
That's the hidden gem of the year. Now, I don't think it's top 3, but I think it's definitely top 7 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, SummerSlam Night 2.
What number is that? Number 3? Number 2?
2.
Oof. Oof. I don't know. It was really fucking good, but I don't know. I don't know if it's number 2. Maybe number 4, 5, 6 around there, but I don't know if it's number 2. If you have it at your number 2, I'm not gonna complain, but because it was an excellent match, but yeah.
Number 1, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, WrestleMania 41 Night 2.
I agree.
All right, simple. Let's do one more list and then we can just call it a night. Let's do one that's kind of fun. Worst ring names. The top 10 worst WWE ring names. Number 10, Beaver Cleavage.
All right.
Yeah, that was fucking awkward as fuck. Number 9, Just Joe.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
If anyone remembers, Joe was just... Yeah, he was just Joe. He would just talk to random people and be like, I'm just Joe.
Yeah, that was a terrible name. That was early 2000s.
Number 8 is Shorty G.
Yeah, awful.
Dumb as fuck. Completely dumb as fuck.
Vince was certainly in his bag there.
Yeah, he went on to bigger and better things. Number 7, Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think it's the McGillicuddy that made it really bad.
And then he became Curtis Axel.
Well, I mean, and not even just that. I mean, like, just Joe Henning could have been fine too, but...
Well, apparently there's a story behind it. So Joe Numbers on the Soup, he apparently, like he said, I guess he had a source that told him that Axel had asked somebody, why can't I just be Henning? And then somebody...
Well, they didn't want him to be... They want to be, connected to his dad anyway, or they'd be like, "Oh,
yeah,
no one's gonna remember your dad." Or...
Well, no. What someone told him was that until you start being as good as your dad, like that's what they told him.
That's stupid too.
Yeah.
Was Goldust as good as Dusty Rhodes?
No.
He was Dustin Rhodes when he first came into the WWF.
I don't know. WWE booking's weird.
It's weird, man. Very weird.
Number 6, Thurman Sparky Plug. So Hardcore Holly.
I like Thurman Sparky Plug. Bob Holly, especially that ring music too. Very... It didn't go like that, but good try.
The theme goes hard, as the kids would say. Number 5, Isaac Yankem.
The only reason why they have this on the list is because it ended up being Kane, which would end up being much better. I don't think Isaac Yankem is really that bad of a name.
I mean, a dentist as a gimmick. That was that period in time where Vince kept booking occupations as wrestling gimmicks, like Isaac Yankem, the Goon, the Repo Man,
Duke the Dumpster Drozy.
It's like
T.L. Hopper.
It's like, jeez. Number 4, Bastion Booger.
I don't think that is a terrible name. It's a terrible gimmick.
So what was his gimmick, by the way?
He was just a fucking glutton hog, and he eats everything. He was hairy, and he basically wore like essentially almost underwear to the ring.
Yeah, that was gross.
He was a gross motherfucker, pretty much.
It was like when Viscera became Big Daddy V, and he would come to the ring just wearing straps.
Also as well, he went from Norman the Lunatic in WCW to Friar Ferguson in WWF to Bastion Booger.
Jeez. Anyways, number 3, meat. Sean Stacey.
No, not bad. Not bad. It was up to time.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't
all the
remember,
time.
he was with Terry and Jacqueline. So the PMS.
Premium Sisters.
Yeah. So he was the meat.
I think PMS is worse than meat.
Yeah, that was bad. That was pretty bad. Number 2, the Red Rooster.
No, that's a bad name. It's not a bad name. Bad gimmick. I think they're being influenced by the gimmick versus the name. A bad name, the Red Rooster. I mean, it's stupid, but I don't think it's top 10 worst of all time.
Oh.
I don't think it. I don't know. No, I disagree with that one. Terrible gimmick. Terrible gimmick.
Well, allegedly Terry was almost Mr. Perfect, but then he wasn't, so they gave him the Red Rooster instead. So, number 1, every member of Retribution except for Mustafa Ali.
So yeah, Slapjack, terrible name. Reckoning. Reckoning's not a bad name. Reckoning's not a bad name. T-Bar, absolutely terrible. Slapjack and T-Bar, terrible names. Mace. Hey, that's not a bad. Mace is not a bad name. It's not a bad name. Again, they're being influenced by the gimmick, which was shit, terrible, one of the worst gimmicks of all time. And they're like, oh, it's a terrible gimmick, so their names are bad too as well. I think 2 of those names are definitely fucking terrible. Reckoning, that's not a bad name. That sounds like you're gonna fucking fuck someone up, even though that wasn't the case with Mia Yim. Mace, Mace is it's a fucking nice name, I think. You know what I mean? For like an 80s wrestler. Like, imagine back in the 80s, a fucking monster named Mace. You know what I mean? Mace versus S.Z. Jones tonight, and Mace, he has a wild spine buster. You know what I mean? Something. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a bad name. Terrible gimmick, but it's not a bad name. I disagree with that.
I mean, at least T-Bar or with the Dijak, he was having fun with it. Like, he was just going on social media, just talk shit. So, yeah, the gimmick was weird. I mean, it was a weird gimmick. It was supposed to be like a take on like Antifa or something, right?
I mean, the debut and everything, I thought that was fine, but just didn't follow up on it.
Right.
You know?
But yeah, those are some fun lists that we just want to entertain y'all with. And then I guess to kind of end this off, happy birthday to Casey Catanzaro, Matt Riddle, Ernest the Cat Miller, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So happy birthday to all of them.
Okay. All right. Today's their birthdays.
Yes, sir. It's January 14th. So Casey Catanzaro, she's 36, which, damn, she looks good for 36. Matt Riddle, he's 40 actually. So happy birthday to him. Ernest the Cat Miller, a 3-time world karate champion, or is it 2-time? Was it 3-time or 2-time?
I believe it's 2-time. 3-time karate champion.
I'm the greatest.
He's a karate champion.
Somebody call his mama. He's 62.
Should be in his 60s. I'm going to say, yeah, he should be in his 60s, yeah.
62. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is 72. Or 71, I'm sorry. No, 72. 72, I was right.
Oh, man, I figured that he'd be older.
Yeah, but that's everything.
He was old all my life, pretty much, so.
Ho or ho. Good shit. But anyways, people, that's the show. We hope you had fun. We had fun going over these lists. And yeah, again, same time, same channel next week. As I mentioned last week, starting February, we're not going to be audio based anymore. We're going to be strictly YouTube people, and we're going to be on StreamYard, like the big dogs, like everybody else does. So should be fun. We can't wait for it because StreamYard is just much better. As good as fun as it's been on Discord. Discord has its problems. So, but yeah, we will be on StreamYard pretty soon. Once it happens, you'll know. And that goes for all the shows, not just the experience, but for Friendly Neighborhood Marks and Meadow Drive Hoops, which new episode just came out, and I put up a bunch of reels, and they're gaining a lot of traction. People are liking
Does
them.
the streamer have like a? Because I don't know. The streamer have like some type of chat room or something in there?
Well, no. So it does in there, but once we stream on YouTube, people can just comment on the stream.
Right. Okay. So I think the better way to explain it to people, because it kind of sets up this false tent, is that we're strictly streaming on YouTube. It's not gonna be audio based anymore. So if you're listening to audio based on Apple, Spotify, all the platforms out there, in order to hear this podcast, we're gonna be on YouTube. Okay, if you wanna chat with us live, we will be on YouTube.
Yeah, we will be strictly on YouTube. Breaking news. So I got some breaking news. Powerhouse Hobbs deal with AEW is up at midnight. So it looks like WWE might be looking at him. So there's some news for you.
Let me look real quick.
It's on the Fightful page.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up real quick. Hold on.
But yeah, people, we'll be strictly YouTube based. So if let's say you missed the show, and you can just like replay it like right then and there, so you don't have to wait like the next day for the new episode. So we will be strictly YouTube based. We will not be audio anymore. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is coming from. Yeah, you said Fightful already. So whoever's working. Oh yes, confirmed by SAP. So SAP, if SAP's confirming it, then very good chance of it happening. NXT.
I mean, yeah, they definitely NXT. NXT needs help.
NXT. We didn't mention earlier because we kind of skipped over NXT, but they got all these new guys coming in, right? From Evolve. I do like the Vanity Project. I really like Jackson Drake. I think he has good upside.
Mm-hmm.
They were very much so highlighting Keanu Carver last night, which to me he's just a lesser Obafemi. But if you're gonna bring in Powerhouse Hobbs and possibly into NXT, you don't need Keanu Carver.
Yeah, probably not.
Not to that level, at least. Because Powerhouse Hobbs, he's just gonna come in. He's bigger than him, and he's a way better wrestler than him.
Well, so. Yeah, agreed. I mean, if they can get a Powerhouse Hobbs, that'd be pretty sick. I would very much try that.
Oh my god! Now we're gonna get people. You got any Powerhouse Hobbs figures? Yeah, I had them here for like fucking 2 years. Like Jesus Christ, man. But that's my shit to deal with. But.
It's like fuck all of you. But anywho, yeah, YouTube. We will be strictly YouTube based. Once the I guess my contract with Spreaker is up, which will be next month, and we'll be making the switch over to StreamYard, which again, you don't have to go to StreamYard to comment. You can still comment on the stream once it's live through StreamYard. But you'll definitely notice a change with how the show looks.
Yeah, basically just to keep it easy for people. We're gonna be on YouTube. We're on YouTube now, right? But we're gonna be exclusive on YouTube. If you want to listen to us live, we're gonna be on YouTube. Meet us in there, and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will be able to give you guys the best wrestling podcast that we can. I don't really think stream. We're using StreamYard on our side, but I don't really think the audience really.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that. Well, basically, because for anyone that is curious, we're streaming through OBS on Discord. With StreamYard, it'll be much easier. It'll be much different. I think we won't have a hard time with like lag or streaming, we would on here. So yeah, I'm just saying you'll notice a difference. That's good.
Yeah. It should be a little bit better though, but yeah.
But yeah. Long story short, we'll be YouTube based, from here on out, in the next month. But yeah, other than that, DY Experience on Twitter. Check us out on TikTok. Let's get those TikTok followers up. I post a lot of the reels on there for all 3 shows. Of course, YouTube. Let's get the follower count up. We're currently at 184, so we would like more. That's our goal.
Were we just at one? What were we before?
No,
170. Were we like at 170 or something like that?
At the beginning of the year, I think sometime around the beginning of the year, we were like at 161, or a little.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, it was like it was 161. Now we've climbed up to 184, which is good. So, but yeah, we want to raise those subs up, so we can start making that YouTube money. Be YouTubers.
Yeah. We may be able to start making YouTube ad revenue in 2058.
Yeah, here we go. Let's go.
We're almost there.
Shit. But anyways, so yeah, find us on there and also Instagram and blah 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 blah. Our other shows, Friendly Neighborhood Marks and Metal Drive Hoops, which is every Sunday. So, anyways, Justin, tell them about you.
Yeah, Spine Bunch of Tees, SpineBunchTees.com. Get yourself a t-shirt online. Get shipped out to you. Takes about a week or so if you choose to get a t-shirt. Spine Bunch of Tees on Instagram. You can see what I'm doing inside my shop. I'm always getting new things at my shop, which is Spine Bunch of Tees at Wonderland of the Americas. Where I'm always getting, like I said, a lot of new items, from T-shirts to Funko Pops to action. Well, probably not Funko Pops anymore. I'm not buying that shit no more, actually, because Funko's going out of business this year. Mm-hmm. And also, as well, not that it matters really to you, Drew, because you don't collect figures, but at AEW and Jazzwares, it seems like it's the last year for them. So it seems like it's the last year for AEW and Jazzware, so don't know if anyone else is going to pick up the AEW IP. Kind of a shitty situation. But yeah, we'll that's my issue to happen. But anyway, t-shirts, there are Funko Pops there, action figures, stickers, drink mugs, like I say coffee mugs, or drink mugs, tumblers, DVDs. I got a lot of everything inside the shop. Spine Bunch Tees at Wonderland of the Americas, Spine Bunch Tees on Instagram, and SpineBuncherTees.com.
All right, people. We will see y'all next week, Wednesday, same time, same channel. And I will possibly see some of you this Sunday for Metal Drive Hoops. So, anyways, people.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Anyways, people, we are done. See y'all later. Peace out and be safe.